welcome. It's me, Mr. M. We are going through Standard of Excellence, Book 1, and we are looking today at page 23. Page 23 introduces note and different key signatures. As you look at number 92, you see your new note. For some of you, it is a natural note, which means no sharp or flat in front of it. For some of you, it's a sharp. Remember, a sharp means to raise the pitch or raise the note higher. So in this case, the note would be higher than the one that you're used to playing. If you have just a natural note, it's going to sound higher than the flat you're used to playing, because flat means to lower the pitch. So if you see the word flat, it means it's lower. See the word sharp, it means it's higher. So take a look at your new note. Let's play it together. Here we go. Try again. All right. With that new note, we're going to play number 92. Look sharp. And remember the measure rule of accidentals. Now, for some of you, it's not going to matter because it's natural the whole way through. But for my saxophone friends and my trumpet friends, and my clarinet friends, bass clarinet friends, you have this F sharp or this C sharp. And when you get to measure 3, you see it on the second note, and then you've got that same note as your fourth note. It's still sharp because of that measure rule of accidentals. When you have an accidental in a measure, it holds true for that note until the end of the measure. Then it goes back to the key signature. So watch out for that. This one does have a repeat. I repeat, it has a repeat. So we will repeat. Here we go. 92, look sharp. Make sure that yours sounds kind of like mine, especially on the second note, because that's the new note. If it doesn't, we might be making a mistake. Here we go. Ready, 92. And 1, 2, here we go. Okay, hopefully you did that well. Remember, if I'm going too fast, you can always go down there to settings and you can choose playback speed and you can slow it down. If you think I'm going too slow, you can actually speed it up and try playing along with me. But remember, if you're having trouble, go ahead and pause this video at any time, and then you are able to practice it a little bit, make sure that you've got it, and then go back and play again. Here we go. We're going to move on to 93. This one is Orally. Fun fact, this is also the melody for the Elvis song, Love Me Tender. Look it up later. Love me tender, love me sweet. Maybe that'll be my next career move, recording Elvis videos. All right, here we go, number 93. Notice the key signature. Notice that our key signature is a little different than what we're used to seeing. So if you play an instrument like flute, oboe, trombone, euphonium, tuba, percussion, you only have one flat. It's B flat. That means that, we got to play this E natural we just learned in the previous song. If you play something like the clarinet, the bass clarinet, the tenor sax, the trumpet, and you're what's called a B flat instrument, your note that you're going to have to play in 93, of course, is this F sharp, which is in your key signature. And even when it shows up really high in the key signature, on the high F sharp, it means every F that you are going to play is going to be F sharp. So keep that in mind. Luckily, that F or those notes in your key signature, those sharps, show up in the same order every time. So if you see one, it's always going to be F. If you see two, it'll be F, C, just like my alto sax and bari sax friends. You have both F and C sharp because the new note you have is C sharp, which means that, guess what? We're going to have to play C sharp. And then, of course, my French horn friends, I'm not going to forget about you. My French horn friends have, in this one, no sharps or flats. What? Did you get left out? No, you've got your B natural that you've got to play. So keep in mind that no sharps and no flats is still a key signature. It's the key signature for the key of C. All right. Enough chat. Let's play. Here's Orally 93. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4. hopefully that went well. Time to play a little more of this. Here's 94. That new note again, boom, is your first note. And here's a little hint. Most of the songs on this page are going to include that note because it's from a scale that we're going to look at a little later on the page. Let's take a look at 94, Barcarolle by Offenbach. It's a pretty cool name. All right, here we go. First and second endings, 3/4 time. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Okay, hopefully you played just fine there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one, 95, Just by Accident. Now, we all have accidentals in this one. Remember, an accidental is a sharp, flat, or natural that is not in your key signature. Remember, sharp means to make the next note higher. A flat means to go the next note lower, and the natural cancels a sharp or a flat. Now, a nice way to demonstrate this is with our keyboard. Now, this is a mallet instrument. It's a xylophone. However, the piano is based off of this, and all of our music notation is based off of this. All of the keys on the bottom, which we see on the piano as white keys, are basically named by letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. All of the notes on the top are named based on their relationship to these notes. So these would be the black notes of the piano, and they're named in relationship to these notes. Their name depends on which note you're referencing. So in the case of, let's say, we have D. So if I had a D sharp, that means you go to the next note higher. Sharp means go higher, so you go up to this note right here. Now, if I had a D flat, you go down to this note right here. So this would be D flat and D sharp and D natural. So you see how we've got 3 notes, and these notes are named based off of their relationship to this note. What does that mean for you? Well, sharps and flats are their own notes, and the way we mention them is kind of determines what it is. However, just know this. If you have a note that's sharp, it should sound higher than the natural version of the note. If you have a note that's flat, it should sound lower than the natural version of the note. Keep in mind, going back to 95 Just by Accident, an accidental is a sharp, flat, or natural that is not in our key signature. So what you may see here in 95 is that we have a key signature, and then the first thing we see is either a sharp, on the second note, a sharp or a natural that is not in the key signature. That would be an accidental. And then we have another accidental right after it on the third note, which is either a flat, going back to the key signature, or it's a natural canceling of the sharp we just played. I'm going to note real quick, oboes in this one, use your right hand fingering for all of the Fs. And then, of course, my clarinet, bass clarinet, tenor sax, use your alternate F sharp fingering when they have the asterisks there by your F sharp note. Here we go. Let's play number 95 Just by Accident. And here's a little secret. There's something called the chromatic scale, and this is just a little bit of that chromatic scale. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 9, 2, 5. Okay, hopefully that went well for you. Let's go ahead and move on to 96, the F major scale skill. Similar to the number 88 on page 22 that we played last time, this is another scale that composers can take the notes from and write pieces with. So we're learning a new scale here today. Now, some of the instruments might split the scale, which means it goes, instead of going do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, we haven't learned all of those high notes, so it might split you to the lows. It might go do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. It might split you and take you down to the lower version of that note. But don't worry, we'll learn the higher version of these notes soon enough. All right, here is number 96, the F major scale skill. Ready? 1, 2, check your key. Here we go. Fermata there at the end. Yep, notice the seventh note is that new note that we just learned at the top of the page. And it's important that we play that version here because that's the correct note for this scale in this key signature. Let's play Sailor Song. It's a solo soli, which means that either one person or a section, small group plays. And then the tutti means that everyone plays together. But since it's just you and me, we're going to play the whole thing together. Notice the key signature. It's the same as that F major scale, concert F major scale, and it's also that same note that we just learned at the top. However, even though it's in that key signature, I don't think we even play that note. So don't worry too much about it. Let's play it. Sailor Song in 2/4 time. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, remember, it's got a first and second ending, and we don't play the first ending the second time through. Thank you for joining me today for page 23. If you are in one of my classes and are going to submit something to Schoology, make sure the one you're going to do for today is number 95, just by accident. Make sure you give me your name. Make sure you say, hey, I'm Mr. M. I'm going to play page 23, number 95, just by accident for lesson number 2 or whatever lesson you're doing this for. If you're not in one of my classes, thanks for joining us anyway. Hopefully you learned something, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.